Hey, bestie, what's up?
And
Hi, everybody. This is
oh,
Ailerus, and I'm here with NB and Phoebe, and welcome to Fresh Blood 3. This is a beginner vampire savior tournament that we're trying to run to get people into the game. There's no region lock, just play on a wired connection. But yeah, how's everybody doing today?
I'm doing swell because it is Friday and there is VSAV, and I want my
yes.
bestie.
Hell yeah.
So
Uh,
yeah, we've got matches ready to go. Ref 54 and Cooper Pete Chance, I think, might already be playing right now.
they are already playing. I just played this matchup not too long ago. A lot of times.
Alright,
Seems like they know what they're doing. They press 5MP, they do it right. I think this is the first time we're seeing Ref 54 play.
also, one of the stream matches, there's a DQ in it, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark somebody else.
Blue hands got stuffed. Rip. Oh wow. Yeah, Ref's doing some real stuff. Zable's trying to anti-air, but it's not really working out. Kind of situational. Some privilege normals. Not bad to throw out. I don't know why that move is good, but it is. I think some people say, don't use that move from Zabel. They're Tatsu. And I'm just like, yeah, but it worked.
It's got so much other stuff that's good, so why not, you know?
It's got poked to death.
Let's see what we got here. I really do appreciate this poking.
Oh, the stanky leg. Look at that stanky
Yeah.
QB answers back with their own stanky legs. I'm just thinking about how much privilege there is on screen with these normals.
With every button press,
Yeah.
you can feel the neutral.
Oh, I don't even remember a time where I was bullied with Zabel's chainsaw and I couldn't push block it. Ooh,
Oh no.
it must
Yeah.
be. Oh my god.
Wow.
That was like
ESCR.
max range.
I know. Right? Interesting.
Yo, no joke. That works in high level play.
Yeah. The
People
little
get-
try dash shots were sick.
Ooh, the chainsaw's out.
I'm punishing that.
Oh.
But here comes again.
Not again. There's a loop combo that Zabel can do. I love that combo. Ooh, privilege button to take it.
Right.
Damn.
Was that a was that 2-0 or was it 2-1?
It was 2-0.
Alright.
It may work as an ally punish. I don't know. It has a long startup. It's like in the 10s or almost 20 frames or something like that. So I don't know. But it does work for people that are like antsy to push block, and then they might just like let it rip too early. Or as a frame trap.
All right, next up we got Ama versus Sarvets.
Let's go. Apparently, Sarvets is a speedrunner, and they're playing SAS, so they're speedrunning in this game too.
Yep. Get some 12-second rounds in there. Oh, we got some push
We got a
blocks in here.
We got some tech hits, yo. I'm
See
up
it?
putting work. Yellow rolling buckler sweep. Oh,
Anna
call that
has
a safe game.
joined both the last couple tournaments, I think.
ah. Ooh. Empty jump into command grab. You love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Some Clark Steel up in here.
Oh, I love that hop. It just throws right back. Oh no! The throw us, catching the jump in the corner. It's pretty back and
Ooh,
forth.
that was a close HP
Oh!
video game.
You love to see the laser work. It doesn't usually work.
Ooh, that was a reaction. That was a
Yeah.
nice reaction too. That sweep was from underneath the timer. That is a scam. Ooh, booty.
Uh-oh. I'm loving these hops. Oh, that's a little too much commitment.
Scratch to the face.
So much.
Oh,
Going
they
for the
tried to
unblockable.
DQ with it. Nice full combo. Close HK on point. Full screen. Yes.
Oh, this is so
Amaguk
close
is
again.
killing it with these sweeps.
Mm-hmm. They're catching a lot of jumps too.
What a throw.
Oh my god! Ah! Again, great reaction to
under
wall.
the pressure.
That was good. That was good. Some people got those 2-2 inputs.
Some people got those 2-2s. Some people, like, when they miss, they'll just tell you the whole time I was trying to do that.
Yeah.
They won. Does that Felicia move anti-air? I don't think so, right?
I'm sorry, which move?
Uh,
I was looking away.
buckler into DP. Or
The punch follow up to buckler can anti-air.
Oh wow, I thought it was just bad.
No, it can low profile stuff. It's really unique, I would say.
I should look at the hitboxes. Ooh, right, that was a cross up.
Yeah.
That was cross up. Tail whip.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it doesn't confirm the low, the combo. Yeah, I think my advice to Amo would be to kind of start with lights for the chains.
Mm-hmm. They're doing a great job of like spacing out some normals, catching with
Yeah.
like catching jumps.
The Street Fighter neutral is very much there.
Mm-hmm. Just gotta start working in some confirmable buttons, get some more damage.
What a throw!
I think one of the most important things that Felicia can start to do is to just try to aim for ending in sweep, getting a knockdown, and then you use her walk speed to follow rolls. And that's how
Yeah.
you set up Oki from there. And that's like, I think one of the most important things you can do with that character.
Yep. That's VSAP 101 from one of the best.
And I think in general, like the biggest easy. Oh, was that the banana?
It was the
Hold on a
banana.
second. Those that
A lot
don't
of
know,
good
that's a metered taunt. So basically,
Felicia just gets out of the corner with their life. Just barely. Ah! Wow, that was a chicken block.
Ama got really lucky because that buckler is hella unsafe on a block. And did not get punished for it.
oh yeah. Gotta be careful about getting this blocked. Uh-oh. Again, the 2-2.
Ooh, we got a Dark Force activation!
I just-
Again, the reaction is too strong.
There's a lot of back and forth there.
Really close match.
Yeah, it was a fun set. Very tense. Alright, and I had to DQ one of the players who was on the stream next, so we'll stream Edic and Scottish Jack.
Okay.
That works. Okay.
All right, they're getting challenged right now.
Let's see the mains. What are we...
All right, they are good to go.
E. The hive growing. We buzzing. They all saw Worm Dog coming up, and they were like, I could do that.
Hive is always growing.
Ooh. Ooh!
Oh. Alright, great CR to grab that item. Yeah, uh-oh.
They are putting in work.
Yeah, Scottish Jack is actually
We got a
from my
10 right
locals.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
Yeah.
Is that some
and they-
pendulum movement?
A little bit, yeah.
And they have, sorry.
I was gonna say they're really into running mystery brackets around here.
Oh, that's cool. This Lele knows what's up.
Honestly, both of
that.
them,
Yeah,
both
this
of them
is
got
good
some stuff going. Like,
Ooh, it's hard to hit B like that. She crouches so low.
mhm.
Ooh, Jaguar kick. Bubble. Doesn't have to MP at all.
Oh,
Ooh,
there's...
this Tenrai has unlock. What's the next? Ooh. With the cancel? With the little flick of the wrist?
Yeah. Cool spin.
That was a privileged interaction. Moving forward, JMP at her box.
You
Yeah,
got
when
the
you're full
sword.
screen with Lele, you gotta toss items at QB and make her want to dash in and take a risk, or float, and then you can anti-air. Lele can keep you away pretty well. And the tricky Oki will take it.
Yep. Very close again. I love seeing lots of close games in these.
Look at this copy pasta in the chat right now.
Oh my gosh. You know, I think that's one of my favorite parts too, is when people have their friends come in with their coffee pastas or inside jokes for them.
That's true.
It's like the best like showing of support you can get as a fighting game player. It's like you know they're real ones when they're coming out to your net play tournament and like giving you their coffee pasta.
Yeah. Let's go. That Galapagos meme. Ooh, empty into Tenraiha. Overhead. Ooh, don't jump back. You gotta keep that little lady up in the corner. Ooh, nice damage on it too.
Yeah. They
That's
got
how
narc
we
sandwich
don't
on it last time, the same way.
Oh, Lily's hurting pretty bad though right now.
Yeah, this is rough.
Tough movement for Lily.
Gotta land some big hits here. Oh, the stun item coming up.
Ooh,
There it is.
it's Tenraiha? No, didn't even need it. That was optimal. They didn't want to waste the meter for Tenraiha.
Right.
Good stuff from both of them.
Yeah.
Solid match.
That was sick.
I'm gonna have water real quick.
Alright.
And so that takes us through most of round one.
I believe so.
Yeah, so I think we can move on to round two now. I think we'll have Daddy Sketty versus Sarvets again.
I'm just DQing people that I hadn't quite gotten to yet. Who else didn't show up? I DQ them.
Daddy Sketty is a good username. I believe it's a Honey Boo Boo reference.
Oh yeah.
That's the most ratchet show. Sometimes I like that though.
Sometimes it's just what you need.
A lot of people are like, they're an intellectual. They like philosophy and computer science, and I'm just like, I like ratchet reality TV.
You can like all of those together. You know, you don't have to exclude one or the other.
Ooh, a Yeva. Oh. 2MK ain't gonna save you, babe. Not this matchup.
Oh no.
I've been playing a little Jetta recently. It is hard.
Oh really? Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely hard to hold your ground with Jedi. I
Wow,
think.
this 9 jump is putting in work. 9 jump HP.
Oh my
The
gosh.
Pro OS. Oh my gosh.
They're going in. Like
And
they just
Jetta's
realized.
so tall that it's actually hard to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is what the game looks like with no push blocks sometimes.
Everything is very plus. Oh, they got the penguins for going in
Oh,
too?
they're just going in. This is maximum rushdown. This is the scariest thing I've ever seen.
The punish was sick.
Oh, the...
Ooh,
Finally,
did you
they
see
get
that
the throw, and it
two,
was text too.
that
Yeah,
long
yeah.
dash with 2 chains?
That's good
Aw.
stuff.
Unga.
Alright. Force to slow down a little bit here. Just back it off.
The HP is too strong.
It's really good. I think one of the last beginner. I forget if it was the last one or the first one.
Oh,
Oh,
my God.
no!
I've never even seen that move. I do not know what it does.
It just drops a banana and you can slip on it. I think.
Slip on it?
It does something. I don't know if it like knocks you down or.
I've never seen it hit.
Yeah,
It does a little bit of damage as a treat,
that's the treat.
and a knockdown as a treat as well.
Well, you spent the meter.
It's not 100% meme, you know.
Alright.
I don't even know which button they could have pressed to get out of it. 5LP probably. They should have mashed. Nice.
Just wait. They're like either waiting
That was a
or
hitbox.
going in.
Okay, this is the jumpening. What are they gonna do?
Just jump.
Ooh, nice! Avoids the jumpening. Nice cross up. Tries to get cheeky with the overhead. Too slow. Ooh. Good wheel.
Alright, we got the corner locked down. Nope. No?
I was overhearing Mar give some Jetta advice, and they were just like, don't engage. Just piss the other person off. Just don't even engage.
It's true though.
And then just reset the fuck out of them. Ooh, the jumping.
Because Jetta's really good at like just kind of moving around, being hard to catch.
Yeah.
People talk about that with Valletta, but I feel like Jetta's the same way, just in a slightly different.
Ooh, it's so close. Sasquatch has 4 meters against him with YOLO Ice Tower. Watch. Ooh.
Oh, Ice Tower Yellow Banana. Oh, there we go.
With the pursuit.
Doesn't get the follow up. I think
And
you can
gets
pursue.
Kamehameha for it. Yeah, I think you can hit it. That was spicy. That was so spicy. What a clapback. So, yeah, I think when Jet is in the corner, they need to mash 5LP.
Yeah.
That's I think a 3-frame normal. It's pretty crazy.
That's a pretty good one. I think
nice change.
Rising JMK is good. It's
Ah.
like,
I like that they've used Swipe to get Daddy Sketty to kind of be scared of short hopping.
Scared of
that's
short
kinda
hopping,
messed up.
scared of jumping forward,
And running the game plan. A godlike adjustment.
and
It's still Sass though. And we're seeing a Sass in progress. Sass in progress. Ooh.
Oh no! Sometimes it's so hard to punish Ice Tower, even when
Yeah.
you slip in there.
Ooh, so much white life to get back. No pursuit. Just hang back. Wow, that was an aggressive short hop. With I stand that move. Let's go
The Venti Grande.
to the Venti Grande.
That's the one.
Standing Venti
Oh
Grande.
no!
The big brunch.
The big brunch. Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, next up, I think we're gonna have Strawberry Tyrant versus Is it Ennui? Is that how you say that?
Ennui.
Ennui.
I'm feeling near and dear
I'm
to
from
my heart.
Ohio, so I can't.
Nui, I think it was. No. Ennui? Is that? Okay. I don't
It's French.
Ennui.
know.
Ah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ooh, Bullion. When does the Demon's Cradle begin? Oh, they're so patient.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the mix.
They're keeping that corner.
Oh, they just gave away the corner. Corner position. Keeping the corner is very important to B7.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very important. Wow, that almost crossed up. Let's go. They almost did the first. Ooh, dash LP pressure. Oh, there's the first DP, I think. Nice 2 MP.
I like this kind of like rising normal into coffin drop type stuff.
It's my space. They're so on point with them. Oh!
Uh-oh.
Okay, Cobra blow.
Still had time. Still had time.
Ennui, you need to
Get the
drink-
coins. No, get the coins.
Get the coins. Drink a tall glass of disrespect right now.
That's my
Just-
big inaccurate advice. You have to get the coins if you win.
You have to.
That's true. That score gets tallied up at the end of the round.
It's not a true win.
Otherwise, talk to Mar. I don't have any other advice.
Sent yours.
Wow.
Oh no! That's so much pressure.
DLP. Yes,
Great
chick
to
grab into
go.
command grab. What a reaction. Chopped.
He's mashed it up. Again?
The tick grab is strong.
It is.
I mean, Anui's playing Street Fighter, I think.
Mhm.
Hard cancel? Oh, this could be anyone's game still.
Definitely. Oh wow, that punish does. Hurt box was still
That
active.
was a few hits as well. Oh, they inputted it by accident. H-up is so annoying with and Aquarius.
Yeah, the non-metered ones will only grab standing, I think.
Ah. And everyone?
Yeah. So you gotta you can use it to catch like a fireball, but oh no.
Quick force
Oh,
action
no.
worked out!
Oh no. That's the Dark Force. If
With the
you don't
special
know what's
wind pose.
happening.
I don't remember that win pose at all.
That was lit. That's a rare one for sure.
Yeah,
Cool as hell.
Great job.
good stuff. The The Dark Force makes Innocuous armored and just able to float, and it just he just takes a lot more damage for it. Like you can kind of just
Mhm.
chill and throw fireballs or whatever, but very confusing if you've never seen it before.
Yeah, Anui just needed to make them respect DP.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the match would have been a lot different. Also, 2MK is a very good Dimitri jumping normal. Probably the best crossover in the game.
Yes, so next up I think we have Minty Chip versus Black Atlas. I don't know Minty Chip's fight cane.
It's King Minty, I think,
Oh, King Mint
or
Chip.
something.
Dude.
King
I
Mint.
got it. Got it.
I remember that one because I'm a huge chocolate mint chip lover.
It's a good flavor.
It's a very
I
good
do
flavor.
not agree.
You
At
Do you
all.
not agree?
I cannot do mint chocolate shit. I do not get down.
All right.
It's a very polarizing flavor. I've noticed. Like a lot of people either seem to love it or hate it.
It's like the only flavor of ice cream I don't like, or
Mm-hmm.
like sweets. Every other cake is my friend.
I just love mint. Like I love mint as I used to chew it as a kid, like mint leaves. Oh, but we got some Valletta.
And they have the green Valletta color.
Yeah, yeah.
The brand is strong.
It's really strong.
Excited to see Black Atlas. They were tending some of our setups at ECT.
Huge shout outs for that.
And I guess we played so good, they trying to give these have a shot.
That's sick. Oh,
A link.
sick. I love the way that looks, honestly. This other part on this
Dash
one.
MP pressure online.
Yeah, yeah.
Hard to know what to do against a jumpy wolf, though.
Yeah, as Valletta, this is a pretty tough matchup to kind of crack at first, I think, especially.
Chicken block a good idea?
Chicken block is a good idea. Sometimes you have to just accept that, like, you have to move around the wolf. You have to give up space or push block them, or sometimes you can missile. Sometimes you can run
a
under.
real life wolf encounter. You're just
Yes.
trying to run away kinda, but if they attack you, you might not have a choice.
Play dead.
Right. A really good option is actually running under,
A run under, that makes sense.
because Wolf doesn't really have any kind of cross up game. I mean, JLK can cross up sometimes, but
Quite often, the most gremlin strategy is the best strategy with Valletta. Yeah, just do a cross under.
yeah, it's true. But air to air, it's hard to get above Wolf. So you can't really do it that way. Oh, nice throw.
Maybe even it up right here. Nope, the dash MP doesn't hit.
Oh, the
knees.
knee! I love tossing that in sometimes too, so I understand.
A frame trap.
Yeah, because it's just a
You're
weird
just wearing the
thing
bounce.
too. Uh-oh. Pursuit taking it.
Yep. Black Atlas just playing solid V-Sav.
Mhm.
Sweeping Toki.
They had the Air Beast Cannon ES Climb Racer link though. That was sick.
I'm calling it that they went to the lab and that's one of the first things they did.
I think that's what the wiki tells you actually. I think it's like this is one of the most important
No way.
So yeah.
Hey,
shout out
that
to reading
wiki's
the wiki.
doing work.
The wiki putting in work. Wiki's the MVP.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you, Mizumi, and whatever it is now, GBL.gg.
Yeah,
Gotta be
yeah.
legend.
Gotta be
Gotta be-
legend.
Mizumi had a vibe to it though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the heck it means, but Mizumi sounds nice. It means blue water, right? Mitsu is ocean or water, and no, Umi is water is Umi is ocean, and Mitsu is water.
I
Yeah.
think,
You are
but I
right
don't
on
I
know.
don't know. It's been a minute, son. You can
I
air
feel like
grab
it's
some
EFC related somehow.
Yeah. Under the sea. You can air grab Wolf's beast cannons.
What?
That seems like strange advice.
You can.
You can?
Yeah. It's not. It's. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it because
I wouldn't do this at home, kids.
it's hard. I mean, it's hard. Like
Yeah.
you like the you know, if you throw them, they can tech it still, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you get
Interesting.
hit, you're getting the rest of that beast cannon
You're
if you're
getting
playing
that
against
beast
like many
cannon.
Maw. So it's like, don't fucking do that. Just chicken block it.
Seth, what does Mizuumi mean? I don't think that's a flaw keychain. I think people respect Beast Cannon too much.
I don't. I love it. I tech hit it and then
Yep.
get away.
That's how you know you ascended on the guard cancel when you're looking at GC.
Yeah. All right, next up, Viria and Ref 54 in winner's quarters to start it off.
Winner's quarters.
Yep, already there. Always moving along.
Love this game. That was max range 5 MP. That was cheap. Ooh, this is looking scary. A surgical bee. Some things you can use pendulum to get in on QB fairly well. Especially if you can cancel it, but that's the next layer.
It's kind of a good, like, or a weird angle for QB to contest.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, you can always contest pendulum depending on where it is,
Mm-hmm.
because the hitbox rotates. So it's always possible.
Ooh. I like.
I like that
I do
they-
like the slow
yeah,
approach.
Yeah, it's better. Make your opponent play Toho. Mint is a good flavor by 92% of people.
Wow,
voted.
I love that. I love y'all.
What's Coco's opinion as they're a chocolate lover par excellence? Should it be tainted by the mint or no?
See, they're also a monster lover.
What about
Ah,
mint hot chocolate?
Yeah,
No.
that'd be good. That's good.
no.
Are you out of your mind? That's a great combination.
Here you got a few jump-ins, but just didn't continue the pressure with a chain. Side switch? Whoa, that was an anti-air.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, shout out to Mexican hot chocolate though. That's just mad good.
Yeah, yeah, that's good too.
They come in a little brick. Red 54 just living in this corner, right?
Yeah, I mean,
They've exited.
Oh, nice
The
combo.
meter dump. When you look at QB, everyone's like, you're gonna be doing this thing to the ESCR, to the bubble, and you're just like, it's not really like that.
yeah.
But it's good to see it. I should go for it more often.
I
Yeah, you just play QB, you're pressing NP.
IAD. That was a great like Tenraiha match off the jab though. Round start.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness, they're really matching jab like. It's
Layla's
really
got 6
powerful.
meters, it's criminal. Ooh, with
Nice
the air
air
throw.
Oh no, didn't confirm. Got thrown for it.
Oh no. That's in the punish video. Right?
Yeah.
Woo!
Hit for it.
That's the
Okay.
combo. That's the wombo combo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember the last time I hit that. I always go for the side swap and I mess it up. So I do the harder thing just to mess it up.
It's for the dream of one day when you don't mess it up, right?
I mean, I get it often enough,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels that good. I will lose this tournament set on that. In fact, I might have to Nakanishi. Such is my commitment.
Such is life.
Banana ice cream's good.
Banana is very good.
It's almost the end of summer. Shout out to ice cream. Let's all get one last good ice cream in.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I had a pineapple pecan seasonal ice cream about a couple weeks ago, and it was delicious.
That's
Sounds
wild.
crazy, but it was very good.
I would try that.
It's like a hummingbird cake, kind of, with an ice cream.
Ooh. Just aggressive dive kicking.
Oh, I love the kind of like hopping back and then just like dashing in with like Sasquatch like hopping in like that.
The bait and switch.
Yeah,
Some air normals.
they got some fun rhythm going on. Uh-oh.
The flick and the stop.
Yes, confirm.
And
It's active for so
Beast
long.
Cannon.
It's active for so long.
Yeah, it's active. Alright, nice roll forward. I'm glad to see that.
Oh, Dragon Cannon trade. They're really going wild with the jump 5
Yeah.
Beast Cannon.
Big Wii energy. What's the Oki? Oh, it's the booty Oki.
Interesting trade too. Booty trading with Beast Cannon. This is rough.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep. The sass health.
What an impressive jump, Fierce.
It really is. See
I would
it.
be real. I struggle with sasses that would just only do that for a long time.
Mm-hmm. It's tough. It's one of those things. It's like it's big, does a lot of damage. Sasquatch can trade with you a lot
Mm-hmm.
when you're not
It's
quite
really
doing
awkward.
damage. Mhm. You can get air thrown for it trying to jump at it.
These air beast cannons are hitting.
They really are.
The one time that they didn't do it, Sasquatch tries to counter it and didn't do it. I can't believe that close HK hit. It was like reverse. It was like cross under. Sweep.
See, there's their throw.
There's the beast. I think that's the first ESBC we've seen.
We saw one earlier, I think.
Ah.
But yeah, it's a great way to spend your meters with.
Will that put him into the corner?
Oh
Poor Wolf.
no.
Or Mr. John.
Mr. Talbane.
Mr. Talbot.
Jonathan V. Sav.
That time, put in the corner but good.
Uh-oh, here it goes. The jump hitting. Okay, not for too long. The trade. I didn't expect that to trade. I honestly
me
expected
too.
Sass to just win.
Oh,
Such is their privilege. That was cross up into the. That was P2.
Mm-hmm.
I would give $5 to anyone that wasn't Kyle that could explain P2 cross up to me.
that's gonna be my dissertation.
It's- My esports degree.
Esports degree.
So that's gonna happen mad soon, yo.
I feel like
I
it's
don't-
already happened.
I don't think that bug is the only game that it's in though.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
it's
you're
not
right.
only in Vampire.
I bet it's in alpha too. My money would be
Yeah.
on it.
It's in like a lot of old fighting games. Like not even just Capcom stuff.
It was nice to see Nunchuck Pup go for the throw. I'd like to see more of that. Especially on Oki.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, I think Nunchuck is using Beast Cannon a lot.
forgetting about their normals a little bit.
Right, yeah. And Wolf has very strong normals to contest. Like some of the times where they might be getting hit in the air, if they did like just a normal, they might beat it out even, like a fast normal especially. But nice throw.
Went to the corner, but backs up just to do the beast cannon. Points for style.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Again! The repeat.
Oh, the Beast Cannon, okay, that's very unsafe.
so normal beast cannon. If you get that second hit off and they're right next to each other, it's heavily punishable.
Mm-hmm. Here comes the banana.
Banana. Oh,
Well,
they jump over it. They use a special movement to clear the gap.
Oh shit! Whoop. Great job.
Sick. That was I love that. This game can be so funny sometimes.
There's just loads of potential for like the craziest interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Game, yeah. I think almost every time I see this game played, I see something new.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
And it's always funny. Yes, go.
Just a game full of very controlled chaos.
Yeah.
Or not so controlled sometimes, but definitely the chaos part.
So we have Zephyr and Strawberry Tyrant up next. Strawberry Tyrant. I think this is the first time we've seen Zephyr play, but Strawberry Tyrant is the Anacris player.
They got the high lows.
Mm-hmm.
They got them.
See.
So I just waiting to get them in a match. I think they're trying to challenge each other via ranked, but Zephyr I don't think is a ranked player.
It's okay, Viria. You got them. Your hands just have to know that your hands got it.
It's a tough
Yeah, it is
input.
also pretty hard.
It definitely takes time to feel comfortable.
Yeah,
Just
I was like, I
getting
want to
that.
learn that.
Mm-hmm. got some more pyramid dive pressure coming in. Interesting how they have been using coffin drop as
Yeah.
like a kind of challenge tool when pressure ends.
They're like doing the rising normal and then dropping the coffin. Like, are you gonna jump?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, big air throw. Nice, Raiha.
Let's go. Ooh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That's a big curse.
This is so cute.
But the
Oh, nice
stun
stun.
Yo, to the Tenraiha, let's go.
didn't do as much damage because unfortunately just like only the ball part hit.
The jump back? The
That
jump
was
back?
sick.
That was absolutely sick.
That was so smooth. Again. Oh, okay. Huh. I wonder. So they did the pursuit, and then like the balls hit after. Could they have pursued it again after that because it like juggled them?
I feel like maybe. Because
They would have to wait for the landing, right?
Yeah.
They would have to wait for the landing.
Need to see if Lele has double pursuit set up. So
I know there's a pursuit timer, and I think it's on the player that's pursuing, though.
I see.
So I don't know. The nerdy details. I only know a subset of the nerdy details.
Uh-oh. The bomb is coming out.
4, 3, oh.
And that's not gonna go
Deactivate?
off.
Yeah, deactivate.
Uh-oh, stun item.
Ooh.
Doesn't do anything.
This matchup gets fucking crazy when Nacris eats that item.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just throws. Man throw attempts. I say Strawberry Tyrant just has been struggling to kind of find any kind of control. But this might be it. Oh no.
Oh, they went for the eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coco, he can.
Nice
It-
frame trap.
and then he can throw it. And he's got all three trajectories just like Lele does.
Let's go. We know that Tyrant has the mix. Let's see if they can get something started.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Should have figured the high-low.
Oh. Yeah, the command throw is a nice tool to throw in, but definitely the high-low is like really enforces it. The high-low and the dash.
Your opponent has to already be wanting to sit still. Already
Mhm.
respecting. And the Dimitri player they played last was like really respectful. They weren't trying to no Obare for them.
Mhm.
But Lele did a good job of spacing out with JMP and some item toss to just control the airspace that Anacris wants to be in to get in.
Yeah, they were doing a good job of kind of playing without too much commitment, just kind of controlling space, and then also getting that Tenraiha every time, pretty much, that they got a decent chance to. It seemed like they were racking up the damage like that.
Racking it up.
Yeah, so next up we got Board Games versus Black Atlas. They're just waiting on a challenge right now. All right, here we go.
The
The
Wolf,
Wolf
Mirror.
Mirror.
It's happened a lot in the last tournament, I think.
Ketchup and mustard.
mm,
I think we Black Atlas is the yellow one.
yeah.
Ooh, that crossed up.
Oh, I
Envy
like
loves
the
crossed
attempts.
ups.
I like the attempt.
The jumping.
The jumping. We will do the jumping more here.
Nice,
Nice
throw.
throw. Oh no!
Gets DP'd.
Not actually reversal, you just gotta... But it's so hard to time the meaty when you're newer into the game, especially.
Does that really anti-air?
So it's not air unblockable, but it is really, really fast.
It is really fast, I see.
Mhm.
Oh, they're on the... just hanging on. Oh, the cross through Oki? I see you. And blocks the beast cannon. They play anime.
Oh,
They play anime.
yeah, yeah. Nice confirm, nice confirm.
Yeah, Alice is NY.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the Climb Razor, which is like the flash, like it's basically not invuln, but it's really, really fast. It's also not air blockable.
That's a call out.
Yeah. So if you just jump
Drop
at them
it.
and block it, but
But people press buttons.
mhm.
In this game, against a wolf, they're pressing a button.
Oh,
They're-
yeah.
They're pressing a button.
Oh.
That side switch, but I couldn't tell because they were both still just wolves. Ooh, the cross under to the throw. I see that. I see that.
Yeah. Oh, there's the startup of the Climb Razor.
Oh, they tried to mash out. That is an advanced maneuver.
The trade.
Raw
Oh my
climb.
goodness. They mashed it in strings. It's working really well, don't.
That's an anti-Abare tech.
Hmm.
Mashing is actually hard.
It is. It's really hard to meaty too, though.
I like seeing that though. 2MK to cannon, the classic.
Hmm.
Ooh, not that time. And board games gets a clap back. Got one for catch up on the board.
Very nice punish on that.
When I was younger, I was a catch up stan, but now I think I'm going a little bit towards the mustard side of things.
Mm.
More variety.
I like mustard better too. I don't like the acidity of ketchup sometimes.
Good to know
Um,
though. Ooh, that was like a double walkthrough. That's how fast Wolf's walk speed is. Nice frame trap.
oh no!
That was walk under throw. Oh, this is wild! That's some corner gaming.
This is definitely some corner gaming. Nice meeting. Uh-oh. Oh, the chicken guard. They're figuring out the jumping back into the corner part.
Time Razor's not doing it that time. They get sweep. Oh, they read the Oki and they threw.
Ooh, nice! The fur cannon?
Black Atlas should be spending some of that butter right now.
Mm-hmm.
I should.
Slamming into each other with the beast cannon.
Oh, it's so even right now. Full screen dash MK.
Uh-oh.
Go into the corner. P2.
Oh, the throw just missed.
Yep.
The
Nice low
HK.
set. I
That was
think
really close.
I think Black Atlas was just a little bit better at getting the sweep and then trying to continue pressure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and those Those climbers were putting in work there for a while. too.
Slime Razor. We guile up in here.
See, the wild
Beguiled.
thing. Well, in Bee Hunt, it actually is a reversal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like it's just an up. It's still just an up down input too, or down up input. I don't know why they gave. I don't know why they gave that to some character, but it's really funny.
All right, next up, we're going to have Rev 54 and Sarvets in winter semis.
Lot. It's gonna be hard for B to win the damage race on this one. They trade a lot.
Yeah, that's the rough part. They've been doing well at trading in neutral and controlling that, but versus Sass, that's
There's that.
definitely the killer. Yeah.
It's also really hard for B to anti-air sass. It just doesn't
Mhm.
work out. Best bet is to keep them out with 5 MP, and when they jump, reposition. But it's tough.
Yeah, I think in general, I feel like a lot of the
Nice.
Sasquatch, Felicia, and Wolf all kind of have that thing where it's like, to some degree, you gotta just reposition versus them
Yeah,
with a lot of characters.
their normals just win.
Mhm.
They stay winning.
Nice and clear. Catching a hop. Ooh, the tick throw. I haven't seen that one really represented yet, I don't think, other than the big brunch.
Big brunch.
Oh,
Banana!
no,
It
bananas!
worked! They get the corner with the banana.
Oh my god.
Sarvets is
Banana.
going to get kicked out of the beginner tournaments already.
For the banana.
For the bananas, too strong.
The banana tech. Changing the meta.
I think that move costs 2 meter too. Like
2 meter?
I'm pretty sure.
Nice
I might be
block.
wrong.
Nice blocks. 2 meter for that? Dimitri looking at them like, what? Oh.
Yes, Ice Tower. Ever present threat.
They blocked the cross up. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
They, the recovery for Ice Tower whipped under 5 MP. Nice blocks from Red 54. Ooh, nice Oki. I like that Sarvets is going for the roll chase, like intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
They have remembered the bubble.
The bubble. Wait around too long, it might come out.
Oh, that was shenanigans. Nice 5 MP to keep the corner. Oh, what was that? They just turned it on right there.
Yeah.
Just... I prefer green bananas, yeah. Ice Tower can punish Honey like full screen. Always. They just don't know.
Oh no. They're taking a very patient approach right now.
Yeah, Ref can't lose very many more trades. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
14 seconds left. The banana.
The banana?
I'm stalling.
If that pursuit had won, I would have been hyped.
That's wild.
Big banana. That was winners, so I think Ref has a chance to get the run back if they wish.
All right, next up we're gonna have Zephyr versus Black Atlas for the last match of winner semis.
This is for winners finals.
Who will fight the Banana Man?
I mean, there should be a Sasquatch ice cream.
Sasquatch ice cream. Well, he does
Yeah.
have the ice cream maker when he gets chopped in half by Bishamon.
Really? I
Yeah,
haven't
he
seen that.
becomes an ice cream maker
That's
or snow
wild.
cone machine. One of the two.
I like that. That's a good detail.
Yes, Sasquatch could definitely be an ice cream bar out of an ice cream shop.
Yeah. They 100%
With the fucked
have
up
energy.
eyes?
Yeah.
I want that. I want that.
We know that Zephyr knows how to use the JMP,
Mm-hmm.
and that button is godlike. Ooh,
There, maintaining this pressure.
yeah, this has been kind of brutal first bat, but gets the white life back. Back in it.
I like how Zephyr just kind of waited there for a second too, like just seeing how Black Atlas would respond.
IAD empty low with the cross up. Let's go. Nice Tenraiha. I think there's some matchup unfamiliarity going on.
Uh-oh. Stun item just missing there.
Nice tick throw.
Again?
Oh. If it works, do it again.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
These raw Tenraihas are just
Empty low and Shimmerman.
get some white life back, go the offense. Alright, not so scary anymore.
$20 seconds left on the clock.
Nice throw. Ooh, good Oki.
Very nice throw. And here comes the bomb.
Here comes the bomb. No way! It actually exploded and it hurt Lele too.
Oh. Caught the extension of the sweep. Oh, my
this
god.
is coming down
5
to the
seconds
wire.
left. Yeah.
I think Black Atlas needs one
Liz-
more hit.
oh.
Oh, and they get the
Nice.
victory at the buzzer.
I do want to point out that Black Atlas went for a chip on that beast cannon, and it was the right fucking idea. Just did not press her. Like he didn't go for like 3 hits. He like got in and got out. But that was the right call.
Mhm.
That was the right
For
call
sure.
for sure. Let's see what the adjustment is. Pendulum cross up into low. Nice. Throw in the corner, looping those throws. That's some wolf play. I
Mhm.
saw that they went for the frame trap after that one instead of the throw. So they tried to advance the layer. It didn't work out. Keep the wolf man away.
Very nice.
Yeah,
take
it
on
was
that.
just so parallel.
Yeah, yeah.
Cross up. JMP stuffed ESBC. You can grab air dash. Yeah, that's good. That razor was climbed.
It was. Oh, 3 boomerangs
They
in a
just
row.
beat the item by climb razoring it. Did that happen?
Oh, didn't confirm at that time, but might not matter.
There it is on the ropes.
Nice throw.
Oh,
Nice job.
Yeah, that was some good adaptations there.
All right, so now we're back onto the loser side. Losers round 4. We're gonna have Nunchuck Pup versus Ama up.
yep. And Black Atlas will go to winners. And
Yes.
let's see who fights them.
And for people asking about air throw, there is basically like every character has a different air throw hitbox. So it actually depends on what character you're playing, how you can air throw people, or how early, or from what angle. So like Morgan's, for example, is kind of on her head, where like Felicia's is kind of like a little more in front of her.
And almost all of them are very tiny.
Hmm.
It's like a 10 pixel line. Except for Sasquatch, who has a full ass box.
Also, Coco, you know what? If you wanna final boss, we'll do a first of 3 at the end. We'll do a first of 3.
I wouldn't say there's anything whack about Sass's JHP throw OS. It's pretty good.
You can
Yeah.
achieve it with medium punch as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on the air or ground, throwing and pressing medium punch or heavy punch are both good. But Sasquatch.
Cat versus dog.
Here we go.
Classic.
Also classic.
Classic. I'm chilling with my cat right now. She's sitting on top of my gamer chair.
Oh,
That was an interaction.
nice
Cross up.
crossover.
Yep.
Wolf is very wide. Uh-oh. Going in with the Dark Force.
Both it's a Dark Force and Rolling Buckler, Felicia. It's the hybrid cat. Hybrid beginner cat. Holy heck, does Felicia have so many anti-air buttons?
She does. If you want to anti-air people, this is the character to play.
Yeah, she stole them from the rest of the cat. Nice block.
Oh, doesn't quite punish it.
That was
Oh no,
pretty
the
well
dancing
played.
flash! Oh, doesn't get the punish on that either.
I was expecting a sweep. Is that combo? Flash? Yes.
Yeah, get
That
that
was close.
chip.
That was pretty close. I'll send you a pack pick. Oh wait, we have a channel for that now.
In the Discord, really?
Yeah, there's a animals and pets channel.
Oh,
Fuck.
Wow, they just rolled behind that. That throw has so much corner carry. Ends up in the other side. Back in the corner. This corner is just... I would have liked to see a roll forward, just to call it out there. Oh, back in the corner, no.
right. Get something off of that locked rolling buck there. Again, a nice push block.
Over the corner with the kitty helper.
Oh, still going in with it,
Oh, let's go!
but we'll get punished for
Is it
it. maybe?
punished? No.
Oh no.
Every time someone activates Dark Force, you should be thinking, except for Jeddah, you should just be thinking about punishing them when they deactivate. Always.
Yep. And if you get the knockdown, if you do a pursuit, it'll drain the rest of the meter, so you'll pretty much always get a guaranteed punish.
Yep. Especially if you ES pursuit.
Mm-hmm.
Last one hit. Hard read.
Oh no,
Please
the
help
fail.
me. Kitty fan. Throws into the corner. Toy touch. This is looking
Is
bad.
that fire?
Oh, they jump back. Full screen up.
Yeah, but that one will choke.
Good showing from Nunchuck Pup.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations on your placement. I think they just need to get a little more comfy with the strike throw type stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I think that's a big part of it. I mean, it's hard as a beginner to learn when to like kind of how to lock people down and start your offense.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But I think it's extra hard even like figuring out how to throw people and be sav is weird. Even with like as strong of a like throw us as like Wolf and Felicia have.
You gotta know when to go for it. That's the whole battle.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hardest match. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's when your mind gets expanded.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you gotta keep in mind, you know, when they're gonna jump, when they're gonna press a button. You can something a lot of people might not know is command throws in this game pretty much universally have some kind of invuln on them. So they might be a little bit slower than a normal grab, but you can invuln through like a button, you know, and like throw them for it basically.
Yep, I love that. And a lot of times they're OS.
Mm-hmm.
Well, board games is sticking to Strawberry Tyler like glue for the most part. Wow, the cross back!
That move is
Oh, that
active
was-
for so long.
Lack of privilege. Oh, it's so hard to anti-air wolf. I like the attempt.
Oh, yeah. They have patience on that.
Yo, they got out of the corner. Let's go.
Strawberry Tyrant using a lot of preemptive, like crouching medium punch. I'd like to see a little bit of oh, there it is. A little bit of reactive crouching heavy punch.
Yep.
It's
That
a
is
little
a
bit,
great
little bit
anti-air.
safer.
That's
Like
cool.
that?
I think you can cancel it to something too, right?
Mm-hmm.
To
Yeah,
sweep.
you like cancel it to sweep, or depending on when it hits, it'll actually cause a hard knockdown. Nice. Uh-oh.
The challenge.
Barely hanging
That
on,
was
though.
brave.
Mm-hmm.
Nice call out on the dash, though. Or maybe it was for the jump. The inevitable wolf jump. It's like clockwork. What a cute cat.
That's Space Jam.
Face jam.
Space Jam.
I wonder if the strat with Anacrus is to just like chicken guard a bunch. Until like, just like be very patient until you have an opportunity to chicken guard pyramid drop.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's definitely like a really big thing about him. But like on the other side, you have to air carry him when you make contact with him, so you can land and avoid being air dashed on afterwards. You know,
It's a tough life.
it is. It's hard.
Ooh.
It's his
And the
destiny,
re-
right?
It's his destiny. The tick grab put in work.
Oh, they block.
Oh,
Oh,
they're
we're gonna
putting
get
on
a
all
beast
the
cannon
memes.
punish. I saw the little beast cannon combo too. That was good. That was good.
Skirt. Oh, the Cobra Blow misses. That was
Oh my
nice.
goodness.
The dash back 2 HP.
Yeah,
Oh, we're
yeah.
so close. Hold that. Nice. Oh, the pressure didn't quite work out, but it was good. Yes!
Nice.
A few more. If they can keep them locked down, they can do this.
Uh-oh, that's not the way to do it, though. And that'll do
Ah.
Good stuff, Strawberry.
it. Love to see some Anacros.
Hell yeah. I think they just have to be a little more aware of chicken guarding. Like I was saying before.
Chicken guard and just kind of like, I think that's a matchup where you gotta be careful about how you commit.
Yeah,
I mean, that's every matchup with
for
Anacros,
Anacris, yeah.
but like especially characters where they kind of like can bully you in neutral a little bit more than some other characters.
And with Wolf's walk speed, they can just be anywhere, anytime.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're moving on to losers quarters. We got Zephyr versus Zama. So Lele Felicia.
Drop it!
All right, here we go.
They're so chill. They're just so content to be in that spot.
Drop it!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Zephyr's putting in hurting right now. That IEDMP put in work to the Let's go.
It's a weird like chain ending in MK, I think.
Nice throw. What's the mix? That was a Lele round. The scream! Already a professional VSAT player, I see.
And that's a big part of it.
I love that. I love that we get a scream button in the vampire game, in the monster game.
I always wish I had it in every other game.
Me too. Cat scratch fever.
Big
Almost
mash
pulling
on that.
ahead. Maybe they keep this momentum, they get the 1-1. Ooh,
Oh, that was a
trades.
good trade. Oh.
No, it's
Oh, that was wild.
the corner swaps. JHP, the privilege button, out of the corner. What a call out.
Huh?
Alicia got away with that. Got away with murder on that turn round.
Oh no.
From downtown.
That
That's
was
so
downtown
funny.
as AF.
Nice throw right back in the corner
We got ourselves a
too.
game.
See, like a lot of people won't use Please Help Me because they think it's like, yeah, it is bad, it is punishable, right? But you know, if you're gonna catch somebody just kind of like air dashing forward, like a Lele or a Jetta or something like that, like you can definitely fuck them up for it, especially if your back's to the corner.
Yeah. It's like cool hunting in that sense, I guess.
Mhm.
Probably not the best to usually use, but maybe don't count it out always, ever. Ooh, stopped like
advance.
just before they got there.
Yeah, it was like perfect. Is that mean?
Yeah.
Meaty rolling buckler.
Uh-oh, Stun Iron's ready. It doesn't use it. I'm getting a lot of close HP hits.
That was a really good offense. It worked out. It was like pop, 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 pop. They wanted a Tenraiha.
Yeah.
It just came out delayed.
Ooh, mashed on it this time. You
Wait,
can mash on
oh.
Tenraiha sometimes. Oh! Whoa! Was that a wall jump? Or what just happened there?
That was a smart activate. Let's see if there's a punish though. It can happen. Nope.
Nope.
I'm glad to see them jump away to deactivate.
Mm-hmm.
Please
Oh, they're
punish
throwing
that.
it all.
Yes. That was a close set.
That was very close.
The lucky cat was not enough today. My cat is like trying to fix my printer, it looks like. They're like trying to open the door for the printer. What
You
you're
gotta
doing.
switch out those ink cartridges.
I appreciate it. A little techie cat.
Little techie cat.
There's this one meme where it's like a cat like grabbing their owner's like hand while they're screwdrivering something like in, and then it's like oh no, let me show you how to do it. You're doing it wrong. The look on the cat's face is priceless.
I love that.
All right, we got another lose.
Alright, let's see. That's some more Wolf B.
It is very hard to grok this matchup as B.
Hmm.
I don't even remember. I don't even know how I know how to play the matchup. It just happened one day. Oh, these normals are just bullying QB so hard. What to do?
Can't trade with them.
You can't really trade with him. You can do JHP as a cheeky trick. You mostly just have to be really on point with your defense and your mashes.
Hmm.
Make the most out of your knockdowns.
Ralph
can
really
do-
likes. Hmm.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say they really like mashing like the slate, like 2LP.
Mm,
I notice every time they kind of get close, they on defense or offense, they like to mash that out.
it's not a bad button.
It's not a bad button. I think if they started turning those into chains, they're getting a lot of hits with them. If they started turning those into chains, they'd like immediately see.
Yeah, for sure. And then we get the knockdown, which is pretty easy on Wolf.
Hmm.
The only thing you have to fear is the climb razor on the Oki. Cats are basically dogs if you think about it. I don't know about that.
Yeah, no.
They're pretty close to one another.
You gotta think about it.
Yeah, I gotta think about it.
I refuse.
If you don't get it, you haven't thought about it.
Yeah. on my list up to things.
Thanks.
You don't always have time. Wow, that traded. Nice. Whoa. From Wolf normal. That was. I didn't block that.
Mm-hmm.
They were keen on challenging that Beast Cannon.
Yeah.
Just not at the right place at the right time. Oh, there we go. There's the chain. Oh, beats throw OS. That was a criminal 5 MP. Nice block. Nice JMK.
I have a meter there.
I want to
Very
see a
nice.
YOLO ESCR or two.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Wolf is just going in willy-nilly.
Ooh, I like this new strategy of jumping back and
works.
air dashing down. Yeah.
It works. Oh!
Catch the landing.
The light bulb went off so hard!
Yeah, yeah. That's the same idea as, like, you know, crossing under. You're catching the Wolves players landing as they're landing from their jump attack.
The same as Gremlin.
Mm-hmm. Just a different
Ooh.
method.
Very nice. Very nice adjustment.
That adjustment definitely saved them there. Oh. Board Game's making some adjustments of their own.
He has the corner to go.
Mm-hmm. Oh! It
Almost
crossed
converted.
under!
Wild.
That's wild.
You can do this.
Alright. Again, they're getting those that nice FRA.
This JMK is working? Oh, classic Beast Cannon.
That was 3 hit. Nice.
Wow. See, that's why I don't respect Beast Cannon no more. It'd be losing.
Oh my goodness. That's still hit behind Wolf like that?
Again, the disrespect. Oh, the disrespect on the Beast Cannon.
Alright, now they're jumping back and blocking. That's another part of it, chicken guarding. And
Yes.
floating or air dashing down. They're really fighting to get out of this corner right now.
Oh,
That's big. This is so
Oh.
close.
the
This
ESCR.
can go
got
either
covered.
way.
Oh, too many turnarounds. Hard to blockable. Let's go. That was a good set.
That was a great set.
But Ref 54 learned a lot.
Definitely. If both players keep playing, I'm sure they'd start to learn some cool things about the matchup.
Become
Hey,
training
Who?
partners.
I'm sorry.
Fan
Who
your
won that
brain.
last match?
Board games. 2-1.
Okay, that's totally had that right. I was just in my thoughts. I was
Mhm.
thinking about cats
You are
being
fine.
dogs.
Too compelling of a thought.
Yeah. So we have Sarvets versus Black Atlas for winners finals, and we're gonna move back up there. Pretty excited for this.
All right. Yeah. Let's see this. So I've been asking all the questions in the chat this whole time. They've been using this as study time.
It's perfect.
I love that. It's an open book exam.
You can anyone can feel free to ask questions. Don't
Yeah.
be shy. In this game, people are actually pretty willing to just like tell you whatever they know.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare that somebody just like play more. Just you gotta get good.
Yeah, and this being winners finals, it is first to 3 or 3 out of 5, depending on how you think about it.
Depending on how cats are like dogs.
Exactly.
Ooh, nice patience. Oh, that was criminal.
Oh my goodness.
I
I
like
love that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, yeah, the walk up to okay, that was so good. That's so delayed.
Yeah.
For patience. Something I like about both these players is they've been like standing still very intentionally versus a lot of their opponents they've played, so
Neutral stances with threatening auras.
Mhm.
Nice throw.
He's a jumping in.
Combo.
Jumps out though.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Nice deactivate. Hold on to that. No.
Oh, nice. Good recognition. They were waiting for that ice tower.
Nice blocks. Sasquatch gets the throw in the corner. Beats the Climb Razor. That could have been a Sass right there. We know that Sarvets has a strong corner game. Initiate. Okay, it begins.
Oh,
Wolf privilege buttons, though. Jumps right out.
mhm.
Doesn't get the chain. ES Ice Towers. Back in neutral. Does anyone's? And
Nice.
ESBC. Nice throw. That was brave. That was brave. I've noticed Black Atlas using HP throw. It should use HK.
Yeah. Mhm. The HK not only takes them all the way to the corner, but the OS I think is just a little bit better than the HP.
The corner carry is redonkulous.
Mhm.
Oh, just out of range. That Ice Tower reaction's on point. Gotta respect it. Oh, just barely get. That was some interactions. The backdash from the 7 jump. Oh yeah, that Climb Razor probably a pretty good anti-cross-up tool too.
Yeah, yeah. Since it's no left or right involved in that one.
You get autocorrect pretty often in this game though.
Yeah. There are frames in this game where you actually have to spin turning around.
Yep. I think Sarvets is just their air game is kind of just being beaten by like the Wolf counter air game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe need to pursue a more grounded strategy, especially because Black Atlas seems to be like a pretty respectful opponent.
Yeah, yeah. They're really kind of responding, you know, playing a little more reactively at times. I think both of these players, honestly, were kind of spending their time like that to some degree. Ooh, there it was.
No
Air
more.
blocking it.
They said no more. I know it is air blockable now.
Nice smash out.
Nice.
Oh.
They
Oh,
went
no.
for it again, but it's side switch.
Yeah,
Oh, that was most definitely a short hop.
yeah.
Wow, blocked a cross up. The 2-hit cross up, no less.
Went right into it too.
Again.
Yep. Always
Wow, that close HP, that was close.
active. Oh, the taunt! They were trying to banana, but they didn't. Did they
They
not
didn't
have enough
quite get
meter?
the
Did they not do the? That is part of the input for the banana. It's actually, I think it's like a half circle back taunt or something.
Sarvets responds back. They got a lot of good. They finished their chains. They finished their food on that one a lot. with good
Mhm.
consistency.
Time Razor trade. Alright. Nice. The RV scanner getting worked in there
Wow.
as well.
That was classic. The whiff too okay to throw.
Mm-hmm. There was again.
Classic arcade grind.
Oh.
If you don't know the mix, that's the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Again! Oh, we're throwing here. Sarvitz answers back with throw of their own. It's still pretty close. And Sasquatch has a lot of health. Climb Razor in the corner. No throw that time. Jumps
Yep.
out.
That was a good
wow.
reason to use HK through there. That HK would have clipped.
Yeah.
Sarvet's trying to jump out.
Oh, we have a game.
Uh-oh. The
table
whiff.
doesn't connect. Walks through. That was some P2 shenanigans. I don't think they expected that.
I like how they just did a Rising Light versus that kind of jump in. They've done that a couple times.
Keep them in the corner. They're trying to jump. Invulns through. Ooh,
Oh.
presses it. Presses the issue. They wanted blood.
This is
Cross
close.
under.
Again.
You don't want to be in the corner versus Sasquatch. Oh. Oh, wow. That was a frame trap.
Yeah. Wait, and just jump back. Alright.
It's time
Black
for
Atlas moving on to Grand Finals. And Sarvet's actually going to fight Zephyr now because Board Games had to drop from the bracket. But thank you to them for entering.
Board games had a drop. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You did great, board games. I hope to see you again soon. The layers shall evolve.
Mm-hmm. Alright, that was 3-1. Alright. So yeah, in this case, Sarvet's not really getting rest too much unless they want to take a moment, that's fine.
Get it.
All right, just waiting on them to challenge each other. But I think we're all set.
Awesome.
This is losers finals. Lele versus Sass.
Yep. There's the 3, I think. Did they play earlier in the bracket? Maybe not.
They did not.
Yeah.
Tough matchup for Lele. She's made of paper. Sasquatch hits like a truck. But we know Zephyr's got those Tenrai has. Hopefully I can even it up a little bit.
Lele hits like a truck too, honestly.
That's true. And Sarvitz likes to jump in, but Layla's got that godlike button, and Zephyr knows it.
Oh, I like that delay.
A funny thing I always see, and I used to do a lot by accident, is when you have the corner just moving backwards. So like a good rule of thumb with a lot of characters in this game is like, if you get the opponent in the corner, you should probably stay around the timer.
Yeah, yeah. Don't want to let them get space for free. Like, holding your ground is very, very strong.
Turn the gas up. Ooh, this is so close. No, that changes things. See how that just like sweep to chain, like chain to sweep did like 40%.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 110 Raiha, and it's
Very
even.
nice.
There it is.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nice chicken guard.
Good. I dashed through it. Okay. That's sick.
Yeah, imagine if I had that energy in like Grand Losers Finals, just to, like
Just to dash through Ice Tower.
the confidence
What you gotta have, I think.
from the mouth of babes. The 10 Raiha? What's the schmicks? The
The
Oki
Schmix was to
frame trap.
use the ball.
Nice
and
block.
the stun item is still loaded, too. That's the thing. They're waiting.
They need a jump though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, privilege button. Privilege button.
Maybe they're not gonna use it.
Oh, I think they missed the 10 Raiha there.
Timeout? Yeah, at the very last
Oh.
second.
A second. Oh, that was a robbery.
That was definitely a robbery.
The booty.
Zephyr taking just a second after that. I would too. Timeouts and the sets where it's first to 3 are always the most nerve-wracking, I think. Late in the bracket. Uh-oh.
Fast.
But there's the stun.
Yes!
Gets the Tin Raiha. Nice punish. Great chicken guard there, too.
They just walk back from that sweep. Cross up. The second hit cross up, I think. Stuffed. Sasquatch. Oh, Sasquatch gets the corner. That was so ambiguous. Nice Oki.
Alright, good stuff.
Let's
But
go.
another one on deck.
With the low?
Mm-hmm. There was another one. Another attempt in there. I could feel it.
Oh no. Ice towers be like that sometimes.
Oh no! A big air throw. So much damage.
See if Zephyr can make an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. They've been doing the right stuff.
They've definitely been, like, their offense especially is just, they've been getting a lot of big hits in, but just not quite able to close it out. There's a long grind ahead.
Yeah, it's a long grind. Nice frame traps.
Mm-hmm.
Nice block. If only we could play perfectly like that against Asp. clobbered.
Oh no. So you had so much damage.
Very nice pressure.
Nice.
Very nice.
Not quite enough to close out the bat though.
There's the no sweep. Okay, we got a game.
Uh-oh, doesn't get the tuner, huh?
Zephyr really has these IEDs down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
Nice
seem
air
very, very comfortable with some different offensive ideas.
Unga.
No, the laser
Oh.
beam!
The full screen. Wow. That was crazy.
That was what, just did the
The
old trick of
P2
just crouching under the IED and side
Yeah.
switching.
Well, shit, it's grand finals time.
It sure is. So that's moving on to for the rematch there.
Thank you for the sub. Good luck. Let's go. Sarvets has to win 2 sets, which is a tall order, but doable. Let's see.
Yeah, there was some close games the last time. It was 3-1.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Zephyr. Good stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely good stuff to Zephyr. Taking third.
The Nooch. Nice
Black
tag.
Atlas starting this off strong, just going in.
Nice block. The double sweep.
Just sits there and blocks and then jumps back with a button. That's I really think it's interesting how they've been doing like jump back rising button defensively.
Yeah, that's not something I do very often.
But I kinda like the idea. Yeah.
That was a throw for sure. Ooh. Jump ice tower.
Stan, oh, doesn't
Oh, yep.
the mix?
Late pursuits are oftentimes not safe.
Mm-hmm.
They can be mashed out of pretty easily. Because then there's also turnaround frames. Nice job. I think Sarvets is going to have to mash a little bit more until Black Atlas stops throwing.
Yeah, definitely. Black Atlas changing the rhythm once again. Oh.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
It's
Nice short hop. That's that was some pressure. Nice push block though.
Ooh. Just a little bit too early in that pursuit.
They didn't know which way they were. Neither did
Yeah,
I.
yeah. They're just walking to see what will happen.
What energy?
The weight of the beast cannon. I know you're gonna move now. You're gonna do
I was-
something.
Wow. Interactions.
Nice look. Oh, the
Penguins are
come
out.
Anything could happen
Oh.
now.
Sasquatch unleashed.
1-1.
Go, Sarv.
Double smart.
So? Sorry, that's not biting now. Just
Wow.
letting Black Atlas play a little more risky. Oh no, I think that might have been because of the cross up. Yeah.
Bigfoot. No, that was so
Uh.
close. That's the sweep. Air. Nice chicken guard. Out of the corner, back in the corner. Wow. Sarvetch just pulled ahead a little bit, but Black Atlas as the corner can make something happen. No, that's in the corner themselves. There we go. Nice cross through. Didn't get the button though. Wow.
Look,
Sarvetch
Beast
in the
Cannon, I'm
corner.
just gonna Ice Tower.
Yep. SBC.
Works.
Ooh. We've seen this happen before. Black Atlas is just holding the corner. And then
Oh no, so much damage.
there's been a lot of P2 shenanigans.
I think that ES Climb Razor Force does a decent amount of damage. I think that did even more because of the armor.
Ah, that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure that it makes you take a little more damage. So let's wait in a second. Gotta figure something out here.
I think this is reset point for Black Atlas.
No, this is tournament point for Black Atlas. Sarvetz
Oh,
is in the
tournament. Sorry,
boosters.
my bad.
Nice match on the walk up.
Yeah, Sarvis wanted that pressure, but Black Atlas held it. Nice throw in the corner, but then jumps in the corner. No. Block. Nice block on that cross up.
I feel like Sarvetz kind of like jump in game plan in the corner. The pressure isn't working quite as well against Black Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd love to see some short hops in the corner for pressure.
The cross unders have just been too strong. The cross under 8 jump advanced.
Very advanced.
The patience. This Climb Razor
Yeah,
putting in too
matching
much
out.
work.
So much work.
One chain and Sasquatch got it back. Blocks the Climb Razor. They knew it was gonna happen. There's the chain. No pursuit. Remember your pursuit, kids. When you're gonna take the bat.
Very important.
Nice.
Drop it.
Let's catch on that. What? Oh no! Very intense.
I can't believe that hit. I gotta
I
look
know.
at the hitbox on that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think it hit like an extended
Oki?
normal, but
Oh, Sarvets
Oh,
fought their way
dang.
out of that corner. And oh, this is so
Big.
close. ES Climb Razor. What's the Oki? 8 jump in the corner. Oh, that was so close. The 5 LP.
Oh, that could have been it. Wasn't quite it. 14 seconds left. The banana's out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not over.
Oh my god.
The space denial of the banana setting up the lead.
Yeah.
Ice
It
beam.
was set up for the ice beam.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. That's high level mix. We're at set point.
Oh, nice crossing.
That was really nice.
That was really good. Yep, this could either be reset point or tournament point. Either way.
This is a hype match. Ooh.
This is a
Who did he
big
beat?
one.
Climb Razor? It wasn't ES. The pup. Alright, what's the Oki? Mashes out.
The delay. Again. They keep working.
It was both of those were reversal too.
I know, that's sick. That's not easy to get.
That's like the last active frame. Oh, this ice tower. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Uh-oh.
Nice block.
That's kind of a weird moment. Blackcat was holding on. Oh. Okay.
Cross.
Service back in this.
That walk back though. Wow. E2 shenanigans. Sasquatch is on their last limb, getting some white life back. Don't let him get it. Oh, this is scary. Nice patience with the mash out of the corner.
And that's it.
Liquor will take it. Black Atlas taking it from winners. Really strong showing.
Very strong showing.
Congratulations to Sarvets for second place.
Definitely. That was a good showing from both players, honestly. That was a really fun back and forth there.
Yeah, that was a great match. I like that we had they were both pretty patient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like a big part of it. It's like, oh, patient reactive players ending up in grand finals together. Intense moments.
I like it.
I love that.
You love to see it.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
that's it
Hmm.
for us. The Black Atlas takes first place. Sarvets takes second. Somebody got third. Zephyr got third.
Zephyr got third. Yep.
Lit Lele got third.
Yeah, so good shit, everybody. I'll be posting stuff on Twitter about it, but our next tournament is Tuesday. It's a community night.
Oh, coming
And
up.
that's, yep, that's going to be at 10:15 p.m. Eastern time. It's a little late. Black Atlas wants to know if he's locked out of participating because he won.
Yeah, and that's the thing with these is I don't necessarily, especially on the first bracket, block people out of them after. Since these are monthly, maybe play me again, or play me sometime before the next one, and we'll see how you're coming along. Because with Keychain, for example, I was like, oh yeah, I think probably they're probably and then I saw them their practice. I was like, no, yeah, that's definitely beyond this bracket. And then sometimes people win, and it's kind of I think that they could probably be kicked out, but sometimes I let them stay in for one more, or I don't know. It's maybe a little bit arbitrary, but I kind of play it by ear and try to look for people having a solid sense of the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the point is to grind up on BSAV and be familiar and be playing the game in all of its glory. So it would be nice to see some push blocks, consistently going for roll chasing, maybe some chicken guarding or character specific, changing your game plan based on character, stuff like that. So yeah, if you graduate people too quickly, then you kind of just throw them into the wild and don't really have someone for the next people to look forward to beating. So I think, yeah.
Definitely, because somebody's always going to win, no matter what, somebody's always going to win, but sometimes people have more or less of an understanding.
Yeah. And matchups like are a huge thing. So if we kick somebody out that is like a character that people need matchup experience against, like I might want to keep them around.
Mhm.
But anyway, thank you very much. I'm gonna send y'all over to Tampa Never Sleeps, who's streaming Marvel 3. But we'll catch you on Tuesday. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and those who entered for the tournament. And love you all. See you later.
Oh yeah,
Take
see you
care,
all around.
everyone. Bye bye.